Romans 6:23 says, "For the wages of sin is death." Sin earns death, not just physical death, but spiritual death, eternal separation from God. God's love and God's justice collide at the cross. This is the heart of Christianity. God is not only just, he is also love. 1 John 4:8-10 says, "God is love. By this the love of God was manifested in us, that God has sent his only begotten Son into the world so that we might live through him, to be the propitiation for our sins." Propitiation means a sacrifice that satisfies justice. Jesus absorbed the penalty for our sins so that we could live. Romans 3:25-26 says, "God displayed Christ publicly as a propitiation in his blood through faith, so that he would be just and the justifier of the one who has faith in Jesus." The cross shows that God did not ignore sin. He punished it fully, but he took the punishment on himself. That's how he remains perfectly just and perfectly loving. Jesus didn't die as a victim of circumstance. He came to die on purpose. Isaiah 53:5-6, which was written 700 years before Jesus, says, "But he was pierced through for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. All of us, like sheep, have gone astray, but the Lord has caused the iniquity initiative." So, Jesus wasn't forced to die. He chose it for you. So, what did the cross accomplish? The death of Jesus wasn't just a tragic moment in history, it was the most powerful act of love ever shown.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Colossians 2:13-14 says, having forgiven us all our transgressions, having canceled out the certificate of debt, he has taken it out of the way, having nailed it to the cross. Imagine your every sin written on a list, every lie, lustful thought, selfish act. Jesus nailed that list to the cross and wiped it clean. Hebrews 9:22 says, "Without shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness." So forgiveness is costly. Jesus paid that cost in full with his blood. 2 Corinthians 5:21 says, "He made him who knew no sin to be sin on our behalf, so that we might become the righteousness of God in him." Jesus traded places with us. He took our sins so we could receive his righteousness. The worst of us could be made right with God.